Every morning, millions of people over 60 reach for their vitamin bottles, convinced that a handful of pills is the smartest way to stay strong and live longer. It feels simple, almost automatic. A little capsule for the heart, another for the bones, maybe one more for energy. But what if some of those very pills are quietly working against you? Recent clinical research shows that a few common supplements can build up in the body, straining the liver, stiffening arteries, even increasing the risk of stroke or nerve damage. And here's the surprise. These aren't rare or exotic products. They're the everyday vitamins sitting in medicine cabinets across the world. The good news is that not all supplements are villains. The right nutrients, taken in the right form, can protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and help you stay independent for years to come. In the next few minutes, we'll separate the helpers from the hidden hazards. For vitamins you should never take after 60, and 4 you absolutely must include every day if you want to stay strong, steady, and sharp. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments which city you're watching from, whether you're in the US, the UK, Germany, or anywhere else. It's inspiring to see this community of health-minded seniors from all around the world. Before we get into the specific vitamins to avoid and embrace, let's clear up a few of the biggest myths I hear every day. These are quick answers you can remember and share. Multivitamins are always safe, right? Not necessarily. The dose and the form matter more than the brand. A daily multi can be fine, unless it hides high-dose iron or retinol, which many seniors don't need. Water-soluble vitamins can't hurt me because I just pee out the extra? False. Vitamin B6 proves otherwise. High doses build up in nerve tissue and can cause permanent nerve damage. More calcium equals stronger bones? Only when paired with vitamin D3, vitamin K2, and magnesium, and food sources usually work better than large pills. If I feel fine, I don't need nutrient blood tests? Not true. Hidden deficiencies or overloads often show up in ferritin, B12, or vitamin D levels long before symptoms appear. Herbal or natural supplements are automatically safe? No, natural doesn't mean harmless. Some herbs interact with blood pressure meds or thin the blood, raising bleeding risk. I can get all the vitamins I need from food after 60? Often not. Aging reduces absorption of key nutrients like B12 and magnesium, so strategic supplementation is sometimes essential. Fish oil is all the same? Definitely not. Look for purified, third-party, tested fish oil with at least 1,000 milligrams combined EPA and DHA. Low-quality oils can oxidize and lose potency. Megadosing vitamins gives extra energy? No. More is not better. Excessive doses of even water-soluble vitamins can stress your liver and kidneys. Gummy vitamins are a harmless treat? Be careful. Many are loaded with sugar and may underdeliver on key nutrients or overdeliver on others. These quick answers strip away the marketing noise and set the record straight. Now you're ready for the real story. Exactly which vitamins can quietly harm you after 60, and which ones can keep you strong, sharp, and independent. Let's start with the first supplement that can quietly work against you after 60. It's one many people still take with the best intentions, vitamin A, but in the wrong form it can slowly turn from helper to hazard. Vitamin A is essential for healthy vision, immune defense, and skin renewal. But what most people don't realize is that it comes in 2 very different forms. Retinol, the preformed version found in many multivitamins, fish liver oils, and high-dose iHealth capsules, is fat-soluble. Unlike water-soluble vitamins such as C or most of the B group that your kidneys easily flush out, fat-soluble vitamins stay behind, stored in the liver and in body fat. That storage is where the trouble begins. As we age, the liver naturally slows its detox work, blood flow through the organ decreases, and fat distribution shifts. The result? Extra retinol lingers, layer by layer, year after year. What seemed like a safe daily dose at 40 can become a slow drip overdose by 70. The early signs of this silent buildup are easy to miss. Dry or itchy skin, brittle hair or nails, dizziness, headaches, or aching joints often get blamed on just getting older. But inside, too much vitamin A stiffens bones and interferes with new bone formation, increasing fracture risk. A 2022 European Journal of Clinical Nutrition Analysis linked chronic high retinol intake to a significantly higher chance of hip fractures and to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat that raises the odds of stroke. And the numbers show how easy it is to cross the line. Many senior multivitamins still contain 800 to 1,200 g of retinol or retinol palmitate per tablet, more than the recommended daily limit of roughly 700 g for women and 900 g for men. Add fortified foods like breakfast cereals or liver pate, and the total climbs even higher. The solution isn't to abandon vitamin A altogether. Your body still needs it every day. The key is form and source. Choose beta-carotene foods, carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkins, spinach, kale, red peppers, and even egg yolks. Beta-carotene is a provitamin. Your body converts only what it needs into active vitamin A, so there's no danger of overload. Check your labels. If your supplement lists retinol or retinol palmitate, switch to a senior multivitamin that provides vitamin A solely as beta-carotene. Balance with other nutrients. Adequate vitamin D and healthy fats help your body use vitamin A efficiently, so you don't feel tempted to oversupplement. Moving from vitamin A, let's look at another supplement that often hides in plain sight. One that seems harmless, yet can slowly overload your body once you're past midlife: iron. Iron is essential when we're young. It helps build red blood cells, carries oxygen to every tissue, and keeps our energy steady. But the way our bodies handle iron changes dramatically with age. After menopause in women, and after adolescence in men, the natural iron drain of monthly blood loss is gone. That means most older adults no longer have a built-in mechanism to shed excess iron. When you continue taking iron pills or a multivitamin with added iron, that extra iron doesn't simply pass through. It stores itself in your liver, heart, pancreas, and brain, where it behaves like rust on metal, creating oxidative stress. These unstable iron particles generate free radicals that damage cell membranes and DNA, accelerating the aging of tissues. The danger is easy to underestimate because the symptoms can mimic normal aging: persistent fatigue that never lifts, joint pain or stiffness, irregular heartbeats, or a subtle mental fog that feels like early dementia. Yet multiple studies, including research published in Alzheimer's Research and Therapy, have linked chronically high iron levels to increased risks of dementia and memory decline. Other work ties iron overload to heart disease, liver damage, and certain cancers. Many seniors don't realize they're stacking iron from multiple sources. Multivitamins marketed for energy or for seniors often include 18 milligrams or more. Iron-fortified cereals, breads, and snack bars add another layer. Red meat, beans, and lentils naturally supply plenty for daily needs. Unless you have a diagnosed deficiency from chronic blood loss or specific medical conditions, these extras only raise the body's iron stores beyond what's safe. Here's how to stay protected. Check your labels. Choose an iron-free senior multivitamin, unless your doctor explicitly recommends otherwise. Ask for a ferritin test. A simple blood test for serum ferritin and transferrin saturation shows your true iron status, even if you feel fine. Rely on food balance. A varied diet with lean meats, leafy greens, and legumes will naturally meet daily iron needs without risking overload. After 60, protecting your heart and brain isn't about adding more iron. It's about preventing the quiet buildup that can damage those very organs. By swapping to an iron-free supplement and monitoring your levels, you keep iron working for you, not against you. Next, let's turn to a supplement that almost every senior has been told to take daily, but which can backfire badly when it's taken the wrong way: calcium pills. For decades, calcium has been marketed as the ultimate bone protector. Doctors, commercials, and even cereal boxes have urged older adults to take your calcium for strong bones. But the reality after 60 is far more complicated. As we age, our bones simply don't absorb calcium as efficiently. Hormonal changes and slower metabolism mean the mineral you swallow is far less likely to reach your skeleton. Here's the hidden danger: all that unused calcium has to go somewhere. Instead of fortifying bones, it can drift into soft tissues, hardening the very places you need flexible: your blood vessels and organs. This process, called vascular calcification, stiffens arteries and raises the risk of heart attack and stroke. Research in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that older adults taking calcium supplements without balancing nutrients had a 22% higher risk of cardiovascular disease. The problem doesn't end with the heart. Excess calcium can settle in the kidneys, forming painful stones, or collect in joints, worsening stiffness and inflammation. Early warning signs, bloating, constipation, dull aches, are easy to dismiss as just aging, but they can signal that calcium is depositing where it doesn't belong. Why does this happen? Calcium cannot work alone. Your body needs vitamin D3 to absorb it from the gut, vitamin K2 to escort it into the bones, and magnesium to keep it from hardening tissues. Without these partners, a plain calcium pill is like pouring concrete into your bloodstream without a blueprint. Here's how to protect yourself. Choose food first. Leafy greens, sardines with edible bones, yogurt, almonds, and chia seeds supply calcium in a natural, highly absorbable form that the body uses safely. Pair with key nutrients. If supplementation is truly needed, look for formulas that combine calcium with D3, K2, and magnesium in balanced amounts. Check your total intake. Between diet and pills, many seniors exceed the recommended 1,000 milligrams per day without realizing it. Bone strength after 60 comes from more than a single mineral. Weight-bearing exercise, adequate protein, and a synergy of nutrients protect your skeleton far better than an isolated calcium tablet. So before you reach for that next pill, remember, without its nutritional partners, calcium can strengthen your bones far less than it hardens everything else. Finally, let's tackle a vitamin that sounds harmless but can quietly damage your nervous system when taken in excess: vitamin B6. Most people think B6 is perfectly safe. It's water-soluble, it supports energy production, and it helps keep nerves healthy. Because it dissolves in water, many assume the body simply flushes out any extra. But here's the critical twist. High doses of B6 don't behave like the rest of the B vitamin family. When you consistently take more than your body can use, B6 can accumulate in nerve tissue instead of leaving through urine. Over time, that buildup becomes toxic. This risk climbs steeply after 60. Aging slows the liver's ability to clear excess vitamins, and nerve cells naturally become more fragile. The result is a perfect storm. Long-term high-dose B6 supplements can injure the very nerves they're supposed to protect. Research published in Neurology shows that older adults taking doses above 50 milligrams a day, far higher than they actually need, were significantly more likely to develop peripheral neuropathy. The symptoms often look like normal aging, which is why the problem hides in plain sight. Tingling or burning in the hands and feet. Numbness that makes it harder to feel the floor beneath you. Poor balance that leads to stumbles or falls. Persistent fatigue and muscle weakness. Even cognitive fog that feels like early dementia. Many seniors blame these changes on getting older, when in fact they may be signs of B6 toxicity. How much is safe? For adults over 60, the daily requirement is tiny, about 1.5 milligrams for women and 1.7 milligrams for men. Yet many nerve support or energy boost supplements deliver 20, 50, even 100 milligrams per pill. Combine that with a multivitamin and fortified foods, and you could easily consume several times the safe amount every single day. Unlike a simple deficiency, nerve damage from B6 overload can take months or years to heal, and in severe cases it may be permanent. The good news is that you don't need megadoses to stay healthy. Check your labels. Choose a multivitamin that keeps B6 under about 5 milligrams per serving, unless your doctor specifically prescribes more. Rely on food first. Chickpeas, poultry, bananas, potatoes, and fortified cereals provide all the B6 your body requires, in forms it can regulate naturally. Test when in doubt. If you've been taking high-dose supplements or notice symptoms like tingling or numbness, ask your doctor for a B6 blood test. The takeaway is simple. Vitamin B6 is essential, but more is not better. In fact, after 60, excess B6 can quietly steal balance, strength, and independence. Keeping your intake close to the natural daily need protects your nerves and preserves the steady energy this vitamin was meant to provide. Let's move on to the nutrient that quietly keeps your heart beating in rhythm, your muscles working smoothly, and your sleep deep and restful: magnesium. After 60, this mineral deserves a regular place in your routine because it supports more than 300 essential reactions in the body. It keeps electrical signals steady so your heartbeat stays regular. It allows muscles to contract and relax without painful cramps. It helps nerves carry messages clearly, and it steadies blood sugar so energy stays level through the day. The challenge is that with age the body absorbs less magnesium from food, while common medications such as blood pressure pills, acid reflux drugs, and certain diuretics cause the kidneys to waste more of it. Even if you think you are eating well, the amount your cells actually receive drops year by year. That slow decline shows up in ways many older adults mistake for normal aging. Nighttime leg cramps, twitching eyelids, restless legs, a heartbeat that occasionally skips or flutters, trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, low morning energy, even tension headaches or increased anxiety. Routine blood tests often miss the problem because most magnesium lives inside cells, not in the bloodstream. A normal lab value can hide a true deficiency, so a more sensitive test, called red blood cell magnesium, is better if you want confirmation. But often the clearest evidence is how you feel when your intake improves. Steadier rhythm, fewer cramps, and deeper sleep within a few weeks. For adults over 60, a total daily intake of roughly 320 milligrams for women and 420 milligrams for men is ideal. Because food alone rarely provides that amount, a supplement of about 200 to 400 milligrams of elemental magnesium can close the gap. Elemental is the key word on the label. It tells you how much usable magnesium you actually get. The form matters too. Magnesium glycinate is gentle on the stomach and excellent for sleep and muscle relaxation. Magnesium citrate is well absorbed and helpful if you also want to keep bowels regular. Magnesium malate works well for daytime energy and muscle comfort. Magnesium oxide, though common and inexpensive, is poorly absorbed and mostly acts as a laxative, so it is not the best choice for steady replenishment. Take magnesium with a meal to improve absorption and reduce the chance of stomach upset. Many people find an evening dose especially helpful for calm sleep and fewer nighttime cramps. If you also take vitamin D, you can combine them during the same day without concern. Only those with significant kidney disease need close medical supervision, because impaired kidneys clear magnesium more slowly. Food still matters. Dark leafy greens such as spinach and kale, pumpkin seeds, almonds, black beans, lentils, and even a small square of dark chocolate all provide natural magnesium and other minerals that work together for heart and bone strength. Yet even with a good diet, the combination of reduced absorption and medication losses means most people over 60 feel and function better when they add a carefully chosen supplement. Now we come to another vitamin that becomes essential once you're past 60, vitamin D3. This is not just another pill on the shelf. Vitamin D3 acts like a master switch for your health, guiding calcium into your bones so they stay strong, keeping your immune defenses sharp, and helping your brain maintain clear thinking and a stable mood. Without enough of it, the systems that keep you steady and independent begin to slip, often in ways that are easy to mistake for normal aging. After 60, your skin can produce only about half the vitamin D it made in midlife, even if you spend time outdoors. Add to that the fact that many of us protect our skin from the sun or live in regions with limited sunlight, and deficiency becomes common. It develops quietly. You may notice muscle weakness that makes climbing stairs harder, more frequent colds or slow recovery from simple infections, a low mood that lingers, or balance that isn't what it used to be. These signs are not simply getting older. They are signals from your body that vitamin D3 is running low. Clinical research confirms the risks. Large population studies show that seniors with low vitamin D levels face higher rates of fractures, heart disease, and cognitive decline. Bones without enough D3 cannot absorb calcium efficiently, so they become porous and fragile. The immune system loses some of its ability to fight off infections and repair tissue. Brain cells that depend on vitamin D receptors to regulate mood and memory become less responsive. All of this adds up to a greater chance of falls, slower healing, and a feeling of fatigue that no amount of coffee can fix. The good news is that restoring vitamin D3 is simple and safe when done correctly. Most people over 60 need about 1,000 to 2,000 international units each day to maintain healthy blood levels, and if a blood test shows you are low, your doctor may recommend a short period of higher dosing to bring levels back up. Always look for the form called cholecalciferol, D3 on the label, because it is absorbed and used far more effectively than D2. Take it with a meal that contains healthy fats such as olive oil, avocado, or nuts, because vitamin D is fat-soluble, and those fats help your body absorb it fully. Food sources can contribute, but rarely provide enough on their own at this stage of life. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are excellent, and fortified milk or plant milks add a little. But even with a good diet, most older adults still need a supplement to stay in the optimal range. Pairing vitamin D3 with magnesium and vitamin K2 helps your body move calcium into bones and keep it out of arteries, an important detail your doctor may mention. When vitamin D3 intake is steady, people often notice stronger muscles, more confident balance, and fewer winter infections within a few weeks. Mood tends to lift, energy improves, and nights of restless sleep give way to deeper rest. These are not coincidences. They are the body's response to finally getting the nutrient it needs to keep every cell working as it should. So as you plan the daily habits that keep you independent and active, place vitamin D3 alongside magnesium as a foundation. With consistent right-form supplementation and a diet that supports it, you give your bones, immune system, and brain the steady protection they deserve, helping you stay strong, steady, and mentally sharp for many years to come. Now we come to another nutrient that your body depends on more and more with age, vitamin B12. This vitamin is like the spark plug for your entire system. It keeps your nerves communicating clearly, helps your body make healthy red blood cells so you have steady energy, and supports memory and focus. After 60, a shortage of B12 is surprisingly common, and it often goes unnoticed until problems begin to show. One reason deficiency sneaks up is that stomach acid is needed to release B12 from food, and stomach acid naturally declines with age. Common medications, antacids, proton pump inhibitors for reflux, and the diabetes drug metformin make absorption even harder. You might eat eggs, chicken, or fish and think you are getting plenty, but your body may not be absorbing enough to keep your levels healthy. The early warning signs can be subtle: persistent fatigue, tingling or numbness in hands and feet, balance issues, pale skin, or a kind of brain fog that feels like simple forgetfulness. Left untreated, low B12 can damage nerves permanently and even mimic dementia or depression. Blood tests for B12 are simple and worthwhile, even if you feel fine, because catching a deficiency early prevents those long-term effects. To stay protected, most people over 60 need a daily intake of about 500 to 1,000 micrograms. The best form is methylcobalamin or cyanocobalamin taken as a sublingual lozenge that dissolves under the tongue. This method bypasses the stomach and allows direct absorption into the bloodstream, which is especially important when stomach acid is low. If a blood test shows a significant deficiency, a doctor may recommend periodic B12 injections for a quicker correction. Food still plays a supporting role. Salmon, sardines, trout, grass-fed beef, eggs, and dairy all provide B12, but at this stage of life supplements are usually necessary to maintain optimal levels. The good news is that B12 is water-soluble, so your body excretes what it doesn't need and toxicity is extremely rare. By making vitamin B12 a daily habit, through the right supplement and a balanced diet, you help keep your nervous system strong, your memory sharp, and your energy steady. It's a simple step that protects independence and mental clarity well into the later decades of life. Now let's turn to a nutrient that can influence nearly every measure of long-term health: omega-3 fatty acids, especially the types called EPA and DHA. These healthy fats are building blocks for your brain and powerful protectors for your heart and joints. After 60, when inflammation and age-related work can quietly speed up, omega-3s become one of the most important daily defenses you can give your body. Inflammation is the hidden driver behind many problems that appear with age: stiff joints, aching muscles, clogged arteries, even memory decline. EPA and DHA calm that internal fire. They keep blood vessels flexible, lower triglycerides, and help your heart maintain a steady rhythm. DHA, in particular, is a key component of brain tissue, supporting sharp memory and stable mood. Large clinical studies show that seniors with higher blood levels of omega-3s have a significantly lower risk of heart attack, stroke, and even death from all causes. In fact, research following tens of thousands of older adults found that those with the highest omega-3 levels lived longer and maintained clearer thinking than those with low levels. Yet surveys show that nearly 70% of people over 60 fall short on omega-3s. Modern diets heavy in processed foods and vegetable oils supply too many omega-6 fats and too few omega-3s, creating an imbalance that fuels chronic inflammation. Even people who eat fish occasionally often don't get enough of the specific EPA and DHA forms their bodies need for real protection. The good news is that it's easy to close the gap. Aim for 1 to 2 grams of combined EPA and DHA each day. The most reliable source is fatty fish such as wild salmon, sardines, mackerel, or anchovies. 2 to 3 servings a week provide a strong foundation. For many seniors, adding a high-quality fish oil supplement is the simplest way to meet the daily target. Look for a purified product that lists the exact amounts of EPA and DHA and is tested for heavy metals and other contaminants. If you choose a supplement, take it with a meal that contains healthy fats like olive oil or avocado to improve absorption. For those who do not eat fish, algae-based omega-3 3 supplements provide DHA directly and are an excellent alternative. Food sources like walnuts, chia seeds, and flaxseed supply a plant form of omega-3 called ALA, which is helpful but only partially converted to EPA and DHA, so they're best used as a complement rather than the main source. Many people notice tangible benefits once they raise their omega-3 intake: steadier energy, less morning stiffness, and clearer focus. Over time, the payoff is even greater: stronger heart rhythm, healthier arteries, and protection for brain cells that guard memory and mood. By making omega-3s a daily priority, through fatty fish on your plate or a trusted supplement, you give your heart, brain, and joints a proven shield against the silent effects of aging and add real quality to the years ahead. Now that we've covered which vitamins can harm you and which ones truly help, let's talk about what to watch for when you actually buy them. When you pick up a bottle in the store or order online, the label is your only conversation with the company. You need to know how to read it so you can trust every capsule you take. Start by looking for proof that the supplement has been tested. Words like USP verified or third-party tested mean an independent lab checked the contents and confirmed the purity. For vitamin B12, the label should say methylcobalamin, the form your body absorbs best. For magnesium, look for magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate, which are gentle on the stomach and easy to absorb. If you're choosing an omega-3 supplement, check that it's a triglyceride form fish oil and that it clearly lists the amounts of EPA and DHA, the key fats that protect your heart and brain. Just as important is what you don't want to see. Avoid bottles that hide behind vague terms like proprietary blend, because you can't tell how much of anything you're getting. Skip multivitamins that list retinol palmitate for vitamin A, the form that can build up and harm your liver and bones. And steer clear of any product that boasts about mega doses or high potency without your doctor's guidance. After 60, more is rarely better, and your body clears excess nutrients more slowly. Take a minute to read every label before you buy. That small habit protects you from hidden fillers, unsafe doses, and low-quality ingredients. Paired with regular check-ins with your doctor or pharmacist, it ensures that every supplement you bring home truly supports your health and independence for the years ahead. So tell me in the comments, which of these helpful vitamins will you start with, and from which city are you watching? I love seeing our community stretch from the US to Europe and beyond. And if you found this guide useful, share it with a friend and subscribe so you never miss the science-backed tips that help you stay strong, sharp, and full of life.